All right. Sister Deborah coming again, a prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely, lovely afternoon in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I want us to go to the book of Job. The book of Job, chapter 21 and verse 30. In the book of Job, chapter 21 and verse 30, it reads that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. Let's go over it again. That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. Okay, now I want you to also just look at the word reserve. Look at the word reserve. And this is just bringing the light in on information. You notice in the word reserve, it says to the day. Notice the word day, D A Y. You see that? You notice it's not saying D A Y S as you and I know it. It's not saying DAY as you know it and I know it. It is not saying DAY as you know it and I know it. This is the difference in when you read out of the books without the Ruach. You would assume the days. And he's speaking of the day as you and I know it. This is a day that heavens has given to the will to something to take place. Okay, so it's not like a singular as a day, it's just showing you the power of this day of destruction. It wanting you to understand that the wicked is reserved, okay, to the day of destruction. So what is it also letting you know? That fallen angels, giants, aliens cannot come down to the earth and rule the will of the Father. You get what I'm saying? You have to be able to understand even what you're reading has to be, you have to have the light in the right hand and spirit and truth within to really see what's going on. Now, in Job 21 and verse 30, he's telling you, this thousands of years ago, that the wicked is reserved. What reserved could Job back in the days be speaking of today? If Job was speaking of a day like unto you and I understand day, then it will be a day that we actually can see happening throughout days after days after days. But Job is speaking of a spiritual, meaning a the most high given DAY to wicked. This is a day that he's given wicked and evil, this DAY. So it's showing you a power that's going to take place during a day. You know how Yeshua came and his hour was near, his hours were his hour were near, his hour were near. That hour didn't represent man understanding of an hour, which is 60 minutes. That's not the hour. The hour Yeshua would speak on is at hand. The hour shall come. The hour is at hand. The hour shall come is at hand. Okay, so it's not like the same hour as we category hour. That's why when you read in this book, you have to be able to have the Ruach, the true teacher, to give you the fullness of what this is saying. And you notice the word reserved. Reserved mean to withhold or refrain. Somebody is withholding something and refraining something. It says that the wicked is withhold and refrain to a day of destruction. So see how the wicked and evil is being held and refrained for a day destruction. You see, who you think holding that? Who you think is reframing it? The Most High, yeah. But why is Job saying it? To give those that hold the light some understanding that it's exactly what is happening in our day now. And we don't get it. We think it's the way we want to crank up all these books to believe without understanding these books got to wrap around he that is greater in us. Not we wrap around the books because man didn't smeared it up and down. We have to be able to get the teaching of the Ruach out of these books, not the teaching of the flesh understanding. And that's where we failed. Is we always got the understanding of the flesh because we think we can just read it. Oh, I got it. I know it. That ain't how it's done. And nor is it understood that way. That's not the truth of the matter. It's how you got it in your flesh. It's what the Spirit has orchestrated in it, which is spiritual understanding, not flesh understanding. So here it is in Job chapter 21 and verse 30 that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. This is what Sister Deborah wants. He that has the light in the right hand and knoweth the spirit and truth, because they are led by the Spirit. Listen to Job. This is thousands of years ago, you guys. Job is telling you what we are going through, what has been prepared for us in that day. So when Sister Deborah is telling you we are in that day, and you run around here and clown with these people on this devil platform and let them keep telling you all this witchcraft and voodoo mess from all these books, you go right ahead. Just like they fall in all these books, guess what? Satan and the Gentiles and heathens are following all those books. That's why they making movies, y'all. You think they making movies on truth? Come on now. They making movie based on what they read and believe. They not basing it on the truth of the whole matter. When they make all these movies, they not basing it on the truth of the whole matter. They basing it on what they read and see and believe. And then they base their movie on it. But what's the mystery behind it? It's because it's more in front of it and behind it that meets the eye. And because we so ignorant, no, Deborah, what did I tell you? Don't say ignorant, because you allow Satan's seed to get away with simple words. Ignorant is too good of a word for the serpent seed. Okay, so they are desiring to be lost in their thoughts because they are lost. So when you look at Job 21 and you hear it says that the wicked is reserved, mean held back, withhold, or refrained. The wicked is withhold or refrain to the day of destruction. So when you heard Sister Deborah speak on about 5 videos talking about the day, understand Sister Deborah know what she's talking about. It's deep rooted destruction of wicked and evil in the day in which we are in. And it says the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth. Who's going to bring them forth? Let's see what forth means. What does it mean to be brought forth? What does it mean to be brought forth? To go or to come out. See, so what y'all don't understand, when y'all reading all these books, these people are saying things to train this mind to believe what you're reading and to trap it in your words and get many to be deceived by it instead of waiting for the Ruach to do what he does best. He's going to teach you spirit and truth. And this is what you call spirit and truth. Understanding, ain't nobody running around here falling from the in the sky, fallen angels and committing all this crime. Flesh of man is committing all this crime. That's why Yeshua and nobody from Genesis to Revelation in your instructions and direction book is telling you that these are fallen angels that's doing this. These are giants that committing these murders and these crimes. These are aliens that committing these murders and these crimes. Yah wants you to know in Genesis chapter 6, verse 1, he only said men. You all lying. You all turning in with all this wicked and evil going on. It's the flesh of men and women. Has nothing to do with fallen angels. It has nothing to do with aliens. It has nothing to do with giants. But we would rather believe a lie than to just tell it like it is. That's why I sat on here for the last 2 years trying to understand why ain't nobody seeing these things that Judah is doing. Why ain't Judah seeing how wicked and evil he's conducting himself? Why is it they not seeing what they doing to their own tribe? Why is it they don't see it? It's because they're so busy putting other books ahead of the prophecy that is found in spirit and truth, which is the Ruach, the teacher of the Creator. And they putting all this witchcraft and sorcery before your eyes, your mind, your ears, so you won't ever be able to see the prophecy in which was prophesied through spirit and truth. So here in Job confuses me because I'm like saying, wait, why is it Job knows this? Here we are in the year 2024 and they still can't grip it. How can that be? It's prophesied, Deborah, that the gate is narrow and few gonna find it. That's why. That answered the question. The broad gate. That answered the question. It makes sense more so when you get into the will of the Father and how he has taught you how the prophecies take steps into what is spirit and truth according to his will. But if you get caught up in these books, y'all take y'all tails on up in them books. Do y'all know the world been in all those books too? That's how they've been making their movies for the last 100 years. It's through these books. Because they put and orchestrated and smeared things to mess with the mental state of mind of the flesh. And they've done an excellent job, even to today. So when I'm looking at Job, I'm like, hey, Job, what y'all talking about up in here? That was a long time ago. What do y'all know about what I'm talking about now? I'm like, Job, wait a minute. I'm down here in Proverbs 16 and verse 4 trying to teach these people we are in that D-A-Y of wicked and evil. And they sitting here clowning about Trump. They sitting here clowning about white and black. They sitting here clowning about he say, she say. They sitting here trying to get likes and subscribers so the devil can issue them a check to feed their children. Instead of trying to line up with spirit and truth with the light in the right hand, they over here in darkness singing book songs. Like the world is doing. That's how they making their movies. They sitting here talking about the end day by Obama. Why ain't you got your tail over in Revelation and letting the Ruach tell you what's the end day really like? Oh no, they don't want to go there. They don't want to go over to Revelation and sit down with the Ruach and let him and shut their muzzle mouth and hear what the Ruach can teach them about the end days. Oh no, they don't want that. They want Obama movie to tell them. That's how messed up from the floor of the minds of those who want to portray. They all upright, righteous, just, oh, we in there. We the people, we the this, we the that. You ain't nothing but the fool of the fool. So when you see Job chapter 21 and verse 30, he's sitting here telling you what Sister Deborah been telling you. And I just looked at this today. This was a part of my study this morning. In verse 30, Job 21 and verse 30, the wicked is reserved till the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the days. You notice it's not saying days. Days. You know why? Because when it says day, it's taking you out of the natural realm to the spirit. I'm sorry, they didn't teach you. They didn't teach you because they can't teach you. The Ruach has to be the teacher, not flesh of men and women, especially those on this devil platform. They after the dollar. And you run around here running behind them while they running behind the dollar. The Satan can issue them from teaching you lies. So here it says, verse 30, and the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who wrath is that? Y'all go to Revelation. That's what the wrath is showing you. He's showing you the wrath. See, you all of this that they said to y'all is the lies. Ain't nothing coming down, coming up outside of the right hand of the Father, his will. He did not tell you all in Revelation that I'm going to have fallen angels and beasts, giants, and all of them while I'm over here at the end. Y'all got y'all tails clowning out of the books, and I'm over here in the spiritual realm showing you the prophecy of the end days. And you got your tail over here in the books. Stay your tail over in the books. You need to be there. Flesh serve flesh. That's what these books are. These books is not spirit. The Ruach is spirit. And he comes in you and teach you spirit and truth. Oh no, we don't want it like that, Deborah. We got to get these books. The world gets the books. They make movies from them. That's why we can believe the Obama's new movie over what Revelation is saying. When the spirit of the Ruach takes you to Revelation and reveal things, you can't believe that. But you believe this because there's a left side and the right side. You got to know what side you're really on. And it can pretty much, it's clearly seen. So I like that because it's kind of showing you what I talked to you all over and over about Proverbs 16. It's just showing you the power is in the right hand of the Father, y'all. It's not in the right hand of these books. It is not in Enoch and all these other. I say Enoch because I'm so sick of people talking about Enoch and this and this and this. And this book said this. How can all the books override the spirit of Yah teaching? I don't get it. And it ain't meant for me to get it. That's why he said, Deborah, this need be. Stand down, get in your lane. Because your lane is spiritual. When you know he creates you a lane to be taught from, to be revealed things, to be shown things, through dreams, through vision, showing you things to come, showing you things that was, that is, and shall be. That's what lane it is. And this lane that's over here, Sister Deborah, as a prophetess in the wilderness, called to the body, to the tribe of Judah. Let me tell you, they've been lying to y'all up and down, and you all been eating it up and enjoying it. So have a good time, because the time is in the DAY. So if you look at it, you'll see it don't say by the word day. It says day. If it was more than, if it was natural, what is taking place here, then it would have said days. But because it's something spiritual going to step in and allow this to come forth, that's why I said day. Okay. Now I'm gonna see what verse 13 says. Job chapter 21 and verse 31 says. Let's hear what Job chapter 21 verse 31 says. Who shall declare his way to his face? See? And who shall repay him what he has done? See? He's trying to show you, I am the power. Who you think you are? Who's going to declare my ways? Who's to my face? That means how you gonna step into the Yah and tell him anything, and you understanding flesh? Don't get out of here with that trash. This thing is spirit, and who's going to declare it to a spiritual Yah? Please, please, when you serving the world. So let's go to Romans chapter 9 and 22. Let's see what Romans chapter 9 and 22 is saying here. Romans chapter 9 and verse 22. What are they saying here? Romans chapter 9, verse 22. What if, what if Yah willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessel of wrath, fitted to destruction, the vessel of wrath, fitted to destruction. Y'all, that's where we at today. While y'all clowning over here with the fallen angels and the giants and the aliens, the Father is telling you, you guys, we're in that day. And you mean there's no fear? All right, don't have none. Hold up. You better pray like you never knew how to pray because we're in that day. Now, listen to what he says. Romans chapter 9, verse 22. What if Yah, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessel of wrath, fitted to destruction? Y'all don't even know who you messing with. This creator is not to be played with in the manner in which you all have played. But I, as a prophetess in the wilderness, also going to feel this thing and also feel it. That this day of wrath, destruction, suffering, you're in that day. Proverbs 16, verse 4. So when you hear Sister Deborah keep trying to wine and dine you on Proverbs 16, Job 21 and 30, Romans 9 and 22. They're saying it all over again in the old and in what you call the new. And then here come Proverbs. Watch this here. Proverbs 16. Let's hear. Let's see what Proverbs said. Proverbs 16 and verse 4. Yah has made all things for himself. So you hear that, man? Woman wasn't made for your nasty flesh. Woman was made for the Father's will and for himself, and his purpose was woman created. When you learn to respect that, then you will move into a understanding in spirit and truth. But you will never reach that destiny because these men then drilled your head with all that fleshly issue and manner that you are walking. When the Son of Man, the Lion of Judah, did not come here to teach you all these things that these flesh of man is teaching you all. That shows you that you never got behind the Lion of Judah. You got behind the flesh of man. Okay? And that is not Yah's will. The Lion of Judah was trying to show you the way to the Father. And you decide to go behind the flesh of a man because he shows you the way to your lust, the ways of your flesh, the desire of your will, your understanding, your wisdom, and your knowledge. So stay in that left lane. Okay, so in Proverbs 16 and verse 4, Yah has made all things for himself. You hear that, men? You hear that, women? Ain't nothing on this earth was created for a man. If it's created for the man, it's created for the woman. And it never was created for man. It was created for the Father's will. And in his will and his purpose was all things created. We got to bag that thing up and bag it down and get it right. And when we get it right, we salute that bad boy. Then get into the order. Because it says here in verse 4, Proverbs 16 and verse 4, yea, even the wicked for the day. You notice it, these things are not said days because he's trying to take you into a spiritual realm of what's going to happen natural of evil. In that day, the wicked for the day of evil. So, Sister Deborah finna close right here because this is the problem. Everybody want to make sure that they cause everybody to go on the bridge to the broad gate. And I want to say to you, well done. You got all of them on the bridge. But now all of them that's on the bridge now got to go through that day. Because one thing they did when they got on that bridge, they was following your way. But one thing they didn't know, there's a way that outweighs the flesh of a man's way. And that is the way of the spirit of the Creator. We are in that day. Shalom and shalom.